The Pittsburgh Steelers have made multiple moves to their roster a week before training camp begins. So, the Steelers announced signing a veteran inside linebacker and special teams ace, Tyler Matakevich, and also in a corresponding move, they have to release a player, and that player is unfortunately safety Jaylen Elliott. Before I get more into it, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also, like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, veteran inside linebacker, but more importantly, special teams ace, Tyler Matakevich is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers announced the signing of the veteran to a one-year contract Wednesday afternoon, and this reunites the Steelers with their 7th round draft pick back in 2016 when he came out of Temple. This deal to bring him back, especially this late in the offseason, it's not going to be for a ton of money. It's going to be for the veteran minimum, meaning that he'll be making $1.21 million for the 2024 season, and likely a cap charge of $985,000 towards the cap. So this basically takes up no space. Steelers still have a lot of cap space still left on their roster, but this is just a signing to secure some depth on this team and maybe bring in a guy who is purely a special teams player in a new season where special teams will be the focus, especially for kickoffs. So, going back to Tyler Matakevich, he was a former Pittsburgh Steeler. Like I said, he was drafted by the Steelers in 2016. He played 4 seasons with the Steelers, but then in 2020, on March 30th, he joined the Buffalo Bills. And Matakevich, he primarily contributed on special teams and served as a captain for the Bills for 3 seasons. And then this offseason, being so late into it, he has decided to sign back with the Steelers after being a free agent, leaving the Buffalo Bills to return to the team. So you look at Tyler Matakevich and look at the reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers signed him. It's not going to be for inside linebacker play. When he was here before, he did not really play inside linebacker. He was special teams. Everywhere he went when he was with Buffalo, he was special teams as well. You just look at him throughout his career, and he has played in 129 games over an 8-year career. You would think that he had more starts, but no. He's been a veteran in this league, and he's paved his path through special teams. He has only 1 career start in his 8-year career in 129 games. What does that mean? Well, that means that he excels on special teams. He has to. That's where he has to excel. That's where he makes his living. That's why he's still in the league. If it wasn't for special teams, because he barely contributes to the defense side of the ball in terms of inside linebacker, he would not be in the NFL. So special teams is where he makes his money, where he makes his living, and that's where he excels. And on special teams, he has 64 total tackles. And he's just a special teams ace, and that's why he was a captain with the Buffalo, because of special teams. And the Steelers special teams unit has seen significant upgrades this offseason. They parted ways with former punter Presley Harvin III after struggles with inconsistency, and then they brought in new punter Cameron Johnston, who is considered a major upgrade. Steelers fans are obviously so eager to see what Johnson could do compared to Harvin, and hopefully no more botched punts happen. They've also made kind of additions to their return specialist group with Cordell Patterson, which is timely given the new NFL new kickoff rules, and Patterson's arrival an exciting one based off how many touchdowns having the most in NFL history at the kickoff position. Obviously the Steelers, they also retained special teams ace Miles Kilabrew, and now the addition of Matakevich can further bolster kind of the special teams units. And why is he signed? Why is Tyler Matakevich coming in right now? Well, you have to think about 2 reasons. You could think of it, hey, like this. They may just have him in for depth, and he may not make the roster. Or you could think about it like this, because Cole Holcomb, in the interviews done, yes, he's starting to get into practice again and things like that, but he may not be healthy by the time the start of the season happens. Omar Khan has talked about it, and there seems to be a little bit of doubt that he will be ready, meaning that he may open the season on the active PUP list. the injured reserve list, meaning that they would have an extra inside linebacker spot open, or in terms of just the depth chart or the roster, inside linebacker. But we all know he'll be playing special teams, meaning that instead of Cole Holcomb, maybe Tyler Matakevich takes that last roster spot. Or maybe Mark Robinson takes it. Who knows? We know we already have Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen, we have Elena Roberts. And if Cole Holcomb ends up on the reserve and kind of injured reserve list, he would not take up a roster spot. And usually the Steelers keep 4 to 5 inside linebackers. So Tyler Matakevich may have a shot to make this roster. We may not think it in terms of the play, especially being added this late in the offseason, but if you think it from that perspective, yes, he has a shot. And then you also could look at it from this perspective. The new kickoff rules. You don't really need Tyler Matakevich to play inside linebacker. You already have those 3 guys I named plus 4 when Cole Holcomb gets back. You don't need him to play inside linebacker. What you need him to do is, with the new kickoff rules, with not being able to have a running start, with you needing to have more sure tacklers because it gives you more space to run as a kickoff returner with the new rules that have passed this season, the new kickoff rules that have been implemented, you need a sure tackler and things like that. You need the special teams ace. You need more special teams guys. And Tyler Matakevich, why not add him if that's his specialty? The Steelers have obviously guys who could play special teams. They have Miles Kilabrew. They have Connor Heyward, who has done a great job. They have Nick Herbig, who played it a little bit. And they also have Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren plays special teams. I don't know why he still plays special teams. I know probably the reason because he's physical and things like that. But usually the backup running back, someone who actually is used a lot, shouldn't be playing it. But anyway, he's used as special teams. And having Tyler Matakevich in there as well could really help this team and really help the special teams unit, especially in the new day and age where it looks like special teams is going to be back this season. So, anyway, those are the reasons why the Steelers probably brought in Tyler Matakevich. That's his shot to make the roster. And if he has a chance, yes, he does have a chance. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic of this video, and that's the release of safety Jaylen Elliott in the corresponding move of signing Tyler Matakevich. So Jaylen Elliott has been a player who's been on the Steelers multiple times, being signed, cut. It seems like Elliott, he's back on the open market after the Steelers cut ties with him for the 3rd time, this time 1 week before training camp. Elliott previously spent time with the Steelers last summer training camp at St. Vincent's College in Latrobe and was on and off the practice squad roster during last season, the 2023 season. He was released on November 28th when the Steelers signed current wide receiver Jacob Copeland to the practice squad. He was then re-signed to the squad on December 19th, making it through the season and earning a reserve/future deal with the Steelers in the offseason. The veteran safety is the 2nd player at the position to be released in the last month. If you remember, veteran Trenton Thompson, which was a shocking one. Trenton Thompson, who actually played really well last season when given the opportunity because of injuries to other players. He played really well, but he was waived on June 19th, allowing him to catch on with another team. So, Jaylen Elliott, he's released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trenton Thompson, he was released by the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the Steelers have added more veteran help at the special teams position and really not inside linebacker. Also, another thing I want to say on Tyler Matakevich really quickly. I already mentioned that he's here for special teams. Well, when you look at him through his career, I believe it's like 1,200 snaps he's played on special teams. And when you look at the snaps he's played on defense, like inside linebacker, it would be like 200 or something like that. So you can see that he's actually being used for special teams. It's not just me saying that. He's played more snaps on special teams throughout his career than he actually has on the defense side of the ball. So that's where he's going to help this team, special teams. And we all know the way to make this roster, especially for a player who's trying to fight their way on, is through Danny Smith, the special teams coordinator, and showing out there. If you can impress him, you actually have a good chance of making this team as a young guy or as a veteran fighting your way onto the team. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on the signing of veteran inside linebacker, veteran special teams ace, Tyler Matakevich, welcoming him back to Pittsburgh. Do you believe he'll make this roster? Do you not believe he will? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you like the signing? Do you don't? Also, how do you feel about the release of veteran safety Jaylen Elliott? Let me know your thoughts. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. I cover everything Steelers, from news like this or just highlights and analysis. When training camp comes up here shortly, covering all of it. From highlights and analysis, I also cover everything from breaking news and just new players being added on the team, just like this one. So subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all later. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.